What's going on, everybody? So it's been a little while since I've done one of these formats. There's a lot of upcoming stuff that's got me excited recently. That's what made me wanted to do this video. A couple new Polo fragrances that I'm very intrigued about. It's been a little while since we've discussed some upcoming and new releases, and we're going to be taking a look at iFragrance's website. Normally we would use their Instagram page, but the website's really cooking at this point. It's a lot more detailed. They've really got things going well over there. So I figured we would use iFragranceofficial.com instead of the IG page like I typically use for these videos. So I'm pretty excited to get into these fragrances with you guys. So let's talk about them. Stay tuned. Okay, here we go, iFragranceofficial.com. So when you come on here, the first thing I usually do is, got to get rid of any ads or anything like that. But if you scroll down here, it's organized to newest. So the first one I want to talk about is the one I'm most excited about, Ralph Lauren Polo Bleu Parfum. So I was privy to this a few days ago. It just went up on the website today. I had other videos to do. I had an opportunity to break this to you guys before it went up on the website, and Ralph Lauren put out an ad for it today. But and in their ad, they actually added a few new notes. I don't know if they added it to the description here, but it's no official release date yet that I know of. But it's inspired by the beauty of sailing at dusk and the invigorating freedom of the open seas. Feel the freedom of open waters, the big blue sky, and invigorating blast of fresh air, echoing the seductive power of the open seas. The fragrance transports you into a trip of a lifetime. It's a bold statement. Polo Bleu Parfum brings sensuality to the iconic world of Polo collection, taking its signature aquatic freshness and adding rich and luxurious upcycled driftwood. Polo Bleu Parfum classification fougere and woody, so a woody fougere, I guess. Keynotes of mandarin, vetiver, and upcycled driftwood. And on Polo's ad that I saw, there's also clary sage in there. So there's a nice green element to this fragrance for some clary sage. So this was the first three notes. Actually, let me pull up a press release that I have. So as you can see, the new Polo Bleu Parfum travel into the intense. So I was privy to this information a few days before it went up, like I said. Mandarin, vetiver, and upcycled driftwood. So interesting. So since then, they've since added that clary sage is in there. As a matter of fact, why don't we go, as you can see, the price is $106 for a 100 ml. They normally don't do 100 milliliter bottles, 40 ml and a 10 ml. So kind of surprised to see 40 ml, because like I said, they typically don't do that. Here I have iFragrances. Make sure you're following them, because they always drop stuff in their stories, things like that. iFragrance official. See, next, stay tuned. This was 10 hours ago. Just they're always bringing it with the info. Make sure you're following. We'll discuss this one in a minute. That's the other one I'm excited about. Ralph Lauren Fragrances is where the ad is, I believe. Let's take a quick look, because I'm very excited about this. I'm expecting it to be slightly different, richer, and warmer than Polo Deep Blue Parfum. So there could be some things confusing about it. So here you go. Echoes the power of sea. So brief description, similar stuff to what we just read. Here's the ad. So here you can see Parfum. Polo Bleu Parfum is a dynamic blend of sparkling mandarin and clary sage, earthy patchouli, and smoky vetiver. The result is an enveloping yet rich and seductive scent. So there's the Polo Bleu Parfum ad that they have. So according to this, it's additions of, it's a smoky vetiver, not a woody or fresh vetiver, and there's some earthy patchouli, not a creamy patchouli, they didn't state creamy, and some clary sage. So I'm quite interested, because it's a different note breakdown from Polo Deep Blue Parfum. I'm very, very excited about this. See the pyramid. This was based off of the press release stuff. So woody and fougere based on classification. Nobody smelled this one yet, obviously. There's no actual official release date that I know of thus far, but I am super excited about this one. This is one that I may potentially buy the day it releases, like I did with Polo Cologne Intense EDP. I'm a big fan of the Polo lines of fragrances, and this one definitely has my intrigue. And speaking of, we got to take a look at the new Ralph Lauren Polo Earth. So this is 97% natural, sustainable, recycled materials or something like that, if I remember correctly. So it's a unisex fragrance. It's for women and men, and it's consciously designed for all genders. Polo Earth brings together luxury, nature, and sustainability with this 97% natural origin fragrance formulated with plant-based alcohol and no animal-derived ingredients. Sulfates, phthalates, artificial preservatives, and colorants. So super, super clean fragrance. The new fragrance includes 7 sustainably sourced ingredients from communities around the world to create a sheer light fragrance that is refreshing and easy to wear. Designed with an FSC certified wood cap and label, the fragrance's innovative bottle is responsibly packaged with 20% post-consumer recycled glass and is refillable. Please visit Ralph Lauren, blah, 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 to learn more. So here we go. Before we look at the pyramid, the new fragrance features top notes of bergamot heart, green mandarin, neroli bioessence, petitgrain essence, mint, piperita essence. So mint and petitgrain mixed with neroli. Okay, I'm liking the sound of this. And citron essence. So a lot of citrus, some mild green, some bright minty green, and a little bit of this white floral tone that could potentially be soapy. Neroli, sometimes it's soapy, sometimes it's a fresh white floral hit. So followed by middle notes of orange flower absolute heart, diva lavender heart, Turkish rose absolute heart, sage heart, lang extra essence, so lang-a-lang, and geranium bourbon. Base notes are musk, cedarwood heart, and Haitian vetiver heart. So this is a very woody and super fresh, citrusy fragrance based on this note breakdown. There's some floral tones here. Orange flower, I'm assuming, is more of an orange blossom. You have lavender. You have Turkish rose, which is a very fresh kind of watered rose, if you will. Like, ylang-ylangs, a little bit of a yellow floral tone. There's neroli in the top. This is an interesting fragrance to me. I think I'm more excited about this than Polo Blue Parfum, honestly. And there's your note pyramid, and then it breaks it down to aromatic and woody. That I absolutely believe. Look at that bottle. That's an interesting bottle for the Polo line. I'm digging it. I'm really excited about both of these releases from Polo. So L'Oreal, Ralph Lauren fragrances, you're going to get my money with these two for sure. I'm very excited about these. What performance is going to be like? I anticipate at least 6 hours with the Polo Blue Parfum. With this, I'm not expecting heavy performance. I'm expecting it to be light and fresh, but smell so clean and so awesome. For somebody like me that's all about the scent number one, I think this is going to be a great fragrance for me. There's potential here for people to knock performance because it may only be a 4, 5, or 6 hour fragrance for most. And, you know, people knock fragrances that do that. And for me, I'm fine with that. As long as it smells great, take my money. If it smells great to me, take my money. And I really think I'm going to blind buy both of these Polo fragrances. I'm very, very excited for both of these. I think this is a push in the right direction. Now, as long as Polo Blue Parfum is different enough from Deep Blue. Now, if it's relatable to Polo Deep Blue, which I don't see ambroxan and cypress and stuff like that, so I don't think it's going to smell the same. Polo Deep Blue is a great fragrance, but it's got to be completely different. So it's interesting that it's not Polo Deep Blue Parfum, it's Polo Blue Parfum, and the bottle style fits more the traditional Polo Blue line. So I don't know. I'm very excited about these two. I really am. And then guess Uomo. This just got announced. So I haven't looked into this one yet. It's an interesting bottle design, knowing the cheap as Guess fragrances are. I'm sure in hand it's a little bit cheaper than it looks in pictures. But the top notes of the fragrance are grapefruit, cardamom, and lavender. The mid notes are sage, saffron, and geranium. The base is dark woods, benzoin, and amber. So it leads me to believe it's going to be a very evening forward masculine fragrance. That's how that comes across to me. And I mean, not counting the name being man in Italian. So I'm pretty excited about this. The bottle was designed to feel of a whiskey glass, as well as to recreate classical Roman architectural elements such as columns. This is actually one of the few Yes fragrances to get excited about, I guess. It could be a major disappointment, and it's not one that I would say rush out and buy retail. I would say definitely try it at a guest store because they'll probably have it to where people can sample it. I think that's how I'll get my nose on it first and decide, you know, if it's the route to go for me. But this seems like a very evening forward guest fragrance. So here's some of the press release items for it. Decent looking box. Has that marble granite type of look to it on the front with the print. I'm digging it. It's different. Might smell super cheap and synthetic. Might be solid for guests. You never know what you're going to get with guests. You can never guess what you'll get with guests. Pun intended there. Because they always have some stuff. And then they have some hidden gem type of stuff. They're always affordable. And things like Guess 1981 Los Angeles, personal favorite of mine. Guess Man Forever, Guess Man Gold, Guess Seductive Noir. They have some decent gems out there. So I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm super excited for this one, but there is some excitement building for me personally. So I'm mainly going to take a look at the ones that interest me. I mean, obviously we could go on for days and days looking through new releases because there's always new stuff coming out, as you can see. There's just so much. New Karl Lagerfeld, some new Electimus fragrances, new by Killian, Azzaro Sport, a new Azzaro Sport. So the first one actually isn't that bad. It's not that great. You can find them at the rack stores. This does look nicer in the picture. It looks like they evolved it somewhat. It looks sharper, if you will. The first one's okay. I've only worn it a handful of times. It's very aromatic, a little green, some freshness. It's a very sporty fragrance. It is at the end of the day, but it's on the generic side. So it got a lot of mixed reviews when it first came out. It almost instantaneously, when upon release, went to rack stores. So let's see. Azzaro Sport is a real concentrate of freshness for daily use. A masculine and invigorating fragrance that combines the explosive freshness of grapefruit, the aromatic elegance of clary sage, and the suave warmth of sandalwood and tonka bean at the heart of a bottle with a modern and refined design. So the new Azzaro Sport version opens with grapefruit followed by clary sage and the base note of sandalwood and tonka bean. So I guess this is a reformulation and re-release. I couldn't think of the word for some reason because the bottle has changed a little bit. It looks cooler, so I guess it's a similar fragrance. So maybe if you have the first version, don't bother with this one. It may not be different enough. If I can get it for a good enough price, I'll probably grab it just for comparison's sake to try to let you guys know how similar or different they actually are. The bottle definitely looks better. If I can get this one for around 20 bucks like I did with the first one, I'll definitely grab it and we'll do a comparison video. This is not something I'm rushing out to scoop up for retail. This will get cheap. So I'll probably wait, but based on what I just read, it sounds like if you have the original, there's going to be some strong similarity because this is not a new flanker. This is a re-release of the first version. So let's go back to where we were. Jump around a little bit because I don't want to cover all of these. It would be a super long video if I covered all these. I'm just covering the ones that kind of speak to me distinctively. Let's check out this Cartier while we're at it. Bezer Parfum. So, I'm assuming this is a fragrance line I haven't tried. This is for the ladies. So let's see. Bezer Parfum is a fragrance of majestic lily enhanced with tonka bean. An abundance of lilies with velvety petals, more sensual than ever, like a touch of balm on the skin. Let's see. This scent comes out in 2022 as a new version of the original scent from 2011 and the Essence de Parfum in 2013. Also captures the scent of lily flowers. It features a top note of lily flower followed by powdery hints of heliotrope and enhanced by the base note of tonka bean. So something for the ladies if you're into white florals. Powdery white florals. A lot of lily. Tonka bean's going to offer some powdery sweetness. Heliotrope's going to offer some powdery floral tones. This is going to be a very, very, very girly fragrance. Yeah, straight up floral. So, there you go, ladies. There's one that could potentially be exciting for you. I don't know if this would interest my wife in any way, shape, or form. I'll share the information with her and see what she thinks. So, yeah. This is iFragranceofficial.com. For those of you that haven't been here before, there's all these different categories. There's a reviewer's lounge for written reviews and stuff, because I know that's an important thing for a lot of you guys as we scroll through some of these real quick. I'm not going to scroll all the way down. There's pages and pages of this stuff. They have their fragrance directory. Similar to a lot of stuff out there, this is a newer upstart that I really, really like what they're doing. I like their format. I like their presentation. I like that they're first to the game for information for a lot of different fragrances. Not every single time, but more times than not, they're first to crack the news. And I really like these guys. They're doing really, really good work. So there's three that I'm actually quite excited about, mainly those two Polo fragrances. That's what made me want to do this video in the first place. Those are two that I think I'll buy retail. I do think I'll buy retail. I don't think I'm going to wait around for discounts on those. Those really excite me. I think I'm really, really going to enjoy those. I don't go after every new designer release that comes out. I do have some decants coming on some newer releases, and because I'm trying not to just blind buy every single thing. I'm sticking to, if I'm not certain if I'll like it, I'm going to sample first, like I tell you guys to. But if I'm certain I'm going to like it, I'm sticking to blind buying, like I always have traditionally. And these two Polo fragrances, I'm pretty confident I'll really enjoy them. So I will blind buy Polo Earth and Polo Blue Parfum. They both definitely have my intrigue. I hope you like this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe before you leave. Make sure to check out iFragranceofficial.com and the iFragrance Instagram pages. I'll have both linked below in the description for you guys if you want to check them out. Definitely give them a follow on IG, and check out some of the cool stuff they have on the website. They're, like I said, they're pretty new. They've only been around about a year-ish, less than a year, something like that. Those of you familiar with this format on my channel, you know I usually use them for my new fragrance information. And yeah, until next time, guys. Pretty excited about these. I don't know if any of you are. If you're excited about any of the fragrances we discussed here, make sure to sound off in the comments. And I don't have anything that we talked about that I sprayed to say if you spray it now, you thank me later. So I'll just see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.